We be rocking and rolling, y'all. It is time to do some grinding. My research has shown that Victory Road is, in fact, the best place to grind and either go for a chain of Rhyhorn or Machokes. So I guess that means that I should probably go to a spot where it's easier to walk. I'm also going to put Waddle back in the poke. Actually, let's take Diamond out. We're going to get rid of this notification that says Eevee is scared. Onyx is just hard to catch, so I don't want to chain Onyx. The choke it is. Just got a cut from something. Not sure what though. Not sure why that went off to the side. So, thinking about things to talk about, because we're not just going to want to sit here and pass the time all willy-nilly. What I want to express is just how nice it is to have a good group of friends. Because right now I'm in the middle of a group chat with all of my work friends, and honestly, everything we talk about always just makes my day and makes me feel a little bit better. So yeah, my work friends are just awesome human beings, always help each other out, always finding solutions. Like, we always will listen to each other's problems, but in the end, we also try to help each other figure out how to make things better and, like, what the next steps are. Because, like, life is tough. So, for example, like, junior high musical season just wrapped up. It's probably my craziest time of year, by far. I am home for maybe a half hour before I have to leave. No, more like 45 minutes before I have to leave and come back to work for another 3 to 4 hours each night. So it's just a crazy, crazy, crazy time. And all of my work friends know that, and so they try to lighten my load, remind me that everything's going to be okay. Like, you just have to get through these couple weeks, and I think that's really, really underrated and not talked about enough, about how nice it is to have a good group of work friends. So, were we always that tight? No, because I'm the newest member of the team, and so it's not like it just happened on day one. It's showing up and being ready to help out. If there's something you can do to help out a friend, you do it. And then what goes around comes around. Big big believer in that. So like, one of my friends had to miss a couple days of school, so she needed to do some lessons, needed her room organized. So I set up the room, no questions asked, just did it. I've done that for a couple members of mine. And the truth is that I know if something comes up for me, I can go to them and ask for some help too, because they're awesome people. So, yeah, find yourself a good crew to roll with. Speaking of good crews, I have been watching a lot of One Piece lately. A lot. I just finished up. Oh, if I run away, does that... I hope I still have my streak going. Should I use a lure or something? This is getting a little challenging. There we go. Alright, time to see. If this does work, combo bonus, still got it. Okay, so you can just run away. That makes me a little less nervous. This is a little bit more challenging now that it's not like the Diglett Cave episode where all I had to do was just find a Diglett. Leveling up a lot faster than I thought I would. I mean, look at Jack Blackout. That's gonna choke. Too late. The other thing that I've been thinking about is when I transfer all of these Machokes, I should be getting Mighty Candy, and I think a lot of my team, if not all of my team now, is mostly physical attackers. So... that's pretty awesome. Why do they keep going sideways? That means I lost my chain. Alright, Gravelers is up next, I guess. Honestly, I think I might. So obviously, I will keep trying to chain and keep getting that combo bonus, but maybe not. No, I'm not gonna bother trying with the Onyx. They're just too hard to catch. You can never get the timing or the aim quite right. I want those fighting mighty candies, or whatever they're called. I think they're mighty candies. First throw, excellent. Combo bonus, let's go. Yes! How big's the multiplier? Again, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. times. Chaining catches. Is this what shiny hunting's like? Because I never got into shiny hunting, and this does not make me want to. There's nothing about this that is appealing. Sorry if you shiny hunters take offense to that. Oh, I had another thing that I was going to talk to, or get some feedback in the comments about. What I would love to know, because it is a hot topic right now in some areas of the field, according to my Discord, my professional academic discourse, is grading. If I have any teachers that watch this, or students, because a lot of people have gone through the education system either in high school or college or wherever, even middle school and elementary school. Like, what is a grading system that you liked the best? Because, like, there's weighted grades, there's standards-based grading, and then there's total points. So quick rundown for those of you that don't know, or maybe never thought about the way you were being graded when you were taking courses or classwork. So weighted grading is when you assign different value to different types of assignments. So like tests are worth X% and homeworks are worth Y%. So that way higher stakes assignments are quote unquote worth more, or cause a more drastic impact to your grade than other assignments. So that's one way of grading. Another way is total points, where the assignment is an opportunity to score points. So like one time I was teaching a class and I was using total points, and it was homeworks were worth 5 points and tests were worth 50 points. So it still is assigning more value to a test than homework, because tests have more points than homeworks. But it was just opportunities to score points. It wasn't anything more or less than that. So another teacher had a total point system where in her class, I actually really liked this idea. She was like, each question's worth 2 points. You either get it right, you're close, or you got it wrong. So she graded with that philosophy. So homeworks had 5 questions were worth 10 points. Tests that had 30 to 40 questions were worth 60 to 80 points. I really liked that system when I heard about it. What else? Then, standards-based grading. This one is a little bit different. So, again, I would love to get opinions, and I've never taken a class that was standards graded using standards-based grading. So, this is more traditional in your elementary, middle, and high school, especially elementary school. So, in education, or in primary education, there are standards that a teacher is responsible for educating the youth in. So, let's just one of the ones that I've been working on, I teach 7th grade math, is identifying a unit rate from a real world scenario. So AKA, what that means is a student is given a word problem and has to be able to identify what the unit rate or constant of proportionality is. So there's puppies for sale. To buy 3, you have to spend $150 or $120. So 3 puppies for $120, and each puppy is worth the same amount. What is the cost per puppy? So then you know that you're spending $40 per puppy. Now this is sounding like a puppy mill, of course, and some of these strange unit rate problems often have weird actual implications in real life. But it gets the point across of, like, can you identify that a puppy is worth $40? If you can do that, then you are displaying either proficiency, or if you can do that, you're displaying what's called proficiency in that standard. So you would be marked with a 3. It's usually on a scale of 1 to 4, where 1 is you don't have any idea how to do it. 4 is you have mastery. So 3 is what we call proficient. That would be translated to like a B in a graded classroom on a 0 to 100. A 3 is like a B. Mastery is you can apply the standard in different situations. So if the word problem got more complicated, and there were like 5 different numbers, and you were asked to only use 1 or 2 of those numbers to determine the unit rate, and you had to decipher which numbers to use. That is where it starts to get a little bit more complicated, and that's why you wouldn't start if you got the puppy question right, but the higher level question wrong. You would only get a 3 because you didn't display mastery of that standard. You couldn't really decode it past just being able to understand. If you're unable to do it, then you get a 2, and if you really can't do any, like don't know where to start, that's when you would get a 1. So a lot of people are quick to critique the standards-based grading because if you think about it, you start off the year failing because you shouldn't be able to do anything right off the bat without having, been exposed to, experienced, or learned any of the, at least in math, skills or knowledge. So how can you be proficient in something you haven't learned? So you start off the year where you should be failing everything. And then the idea is you can only go up from there. And then you start to level up. So you start at a 1 in all of your standards. And then as you show more proficiency, you get 3s and 4, or 2s, 3s, and 4s as the year goes on. So it's very growth oriented, which I think is kind of cool. If I had to pick which grading system I would want to use, though, at this point, I have no idea. So that's why I just spent a good couple minutes rambling on about it, because I'd love some former student opinions, other teacher opinions, anything to help inform my opinion and experience, because, sometimes you just gotta ask for help. I have no idea where to even begin. So comment down below if one of those grading systems makes the most sense, or you've experienced it, or you are like, this one was awful when I had to deal with it. Like, let me know in the comments down below. because I'm genuinely curious. And I would love to get opinions. I don't even need answers, just opinions, because I don't think there is answers to that question of which one is best. Yeah. Seven mighty candies? Have I been getting those this whole time? Yeah, literally Diamond is the only special attacker. How can that be comfortable to kneel on a Starmie like that? Aren't Starmies like hard material? I feel like they're more crystal type structure. So like, wouldn't your knees just hurt? Wouldn't it be like kneeling on a tile floor? Not impossible, but definitely not something you want to do for an hour. It sounds like it's raining right now. That's very strange because it's about 28 to 30 degrees outside. I would not have expected there to be rain, but snow. Oh, man. Should I use a lure to try? Nope. Avoid the Onyx, gotta avoid the Zubat. Come on, if he didn't jump, that would have been an excellent throw. Definitely true that the excellent throws are the most impactful. And, you know, the size bonus also as well. If I'm able to keep this up, though, I really don't think there will be any more grinding episodes, for catching, at least. definitely starting to get more stuff from this catch combo thing. I've never really done the catch combo stuff. Oh, I want to catch that Hitmonlee so bad. Oh, I want that Hitmonlee so bad. Oh. Hey, 151. Speaking of 151, the set dropped a couple weeks ago, and I have. This is the first Pokemon card set that I have been like really fired up about. Other than the fact that like, yeah, it's the OGs. There's a lot of really good cards in this set. So, and beautiful artworks. So I've been working on building a complete set. It's tough. Like new level of respect for collectors. I'm currently missing 48 cards in the set. And I got the ETB promos included. I got the promos all set. But yeah, there's 48 more cards that I need. I pulled both of the rare Mews. Had to buy a single of the like regular one, which I thought was crazy. Well, I mean, hey, at least I pulled the expensive ones. Oh. I had to buy the Charizard illustration art thing. That I don't ever want to have to do again. I don't ever want to have to buy a Charizard. That was a little painful on my soul. How does Hitmonlee eat? Like, I've seen the meme of Aaron, the little rock guy, just eating or smiling, and like how they go underneath and see the little smile on the back of his head, helmet face thing. Where's Hitmonlee's mouth? Does it not have time to eat? Is it too busy kicking things? He's got to be able to eat. I mean, what kind of life would it be if you didn't get to have a bowl of chicken wing dip at some point? I love chicken wing dip. Let's bring this full circle. Every other week, school lunch has chicken wing dip. That's team lunch day. Two of my friends, we all go to the cafeteria, we buy lunch that day. Lots of fun. I can't believe I haven't run into a shiny yet. Catch combo 16. We're starting to get the rare encounters. We just missed a Machoke. shinies yet. Come on, first throw, first throw, first throw, excellent. Dang it. There's still a Hitmonlee spawn somewhere. Zubats. Hate them in Pokemon Go too. Absolute pain in the butt. You just can't tell where they are and what their hitbox is with like how to aim the Pokeball and everything. I understand why Reddit did not suggest catching Onyx to grind for experience, because this is awful. Go for it. Catch some Pokemon. I'm like, Jack Blackout, already 5 levels stronger? All the way up to 43? Should I switch to Rhyhorn? No, I want Mighty. start showing up. But bum 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 that was pretty close to an excellent throw, actually. Guess the game just wants us to keep catching Onyx. How'd that go over? Great day. Great day, great day. Thank you for tuning in. I know that my other catching episodes, I had a lot more to talk about. I'm running out of things to talk about. I thought the grading topic would take a little bit longer, but I don't know. I guess, like, I don't obviously want to get into my professional experiences, but I guess I can reflect on my personal experiences. So my personal experiences growing up, I had weighted grading where like summatives were some percent, they were like a little bit more than twice the formative percentage of assignments. So like homework grades were literally less than half the weight of tests. So even if there was 5 tests in a marking period, your homework was still like 35% of your grade or something. That's too big. Oh, but so something along those lines. So as long as you did, one way to think about it is as long as you did your homework and you got like 100 on your homework grade, you got at least, so I'll keep going with 35%. And then vice versa, if you were not doing your homework but you got a 100 in the class, whatever 100 minus 35 is 65. So you could pass the class if you got a 100 on the test. So that's how I was graded growing up. Then when I went to college and at Ithaca, a lot of those grades were total points. Pretty much everything was total points. Except there was also, like, the occasional class, like your gen eds, that were like, okay, this project is 25% of your grade, this one's 25, and this one's 50. You only have 3 homework assignments. I don't care if you come to class, just make sure you do these 3 projects. And then you do the 3 projects and you make sure you do a good job on them. I think overall that was probably my favorite way to get graded as a student, because I knew where the priority was. I didn't have to read that textbook at all. I just had to make sure that those projects, I got those projects done well. Which I do feel like prepared me really well for the workforce, because, like, in the end, the product is really important, and the process of getting a well-developed product is really important. So I do feel like I was well prepared to enter the workforce by having such a high standard set on those types of assignments. Because, like, I wrote, in my undergrad, I wrote 2 theses. Those were independent studies, essentially. Well, one was an independent study. My honors thesis was an independent study that just got graded simply by me writing a thesis and then presenting it and getting grilled on by my professors. Which, again, like, that prepared me to take on the real world. The funny story about that, though, was there was this one of my peers in undergrad was a very likable person, was very personable with professors, talked the talk, had a good work ethic, but I swear was planning on becoming a math teacher and said, I will never teach elementary math because I cannot explain to a child why 1 + 1 = 2. That was literally, that is verbatim what she had told most of the math majors that were planning to enter education. She also got the opportunity to write an honors thesis. We presented our theses back to back. And what we realized, me and my friend group, that I got really, really easy when I was getting grilled by my professors. I got really easy questions. Like, really easy, scary easy questions. I mean, I did my thesis on geometry, which most of the faculty wasn't their specialty, but some of the professors knew a lot more than I did at that point. But I didn't get grilled nearly as hard as I thought I would. The girl that presented after me also didn't get grilled that badly. I went to all of the honors theses that were presented that year because a good friend of mine who ended up entering a doctoral program did not get invited to do an honors thesis, which I thought was really strange. They clearly had the drive for it. So yeah, I don't know how people were picked to give honors theses. I was just flattered that I got chosen, and I wasn't wholeheartedly going to do it, but once my friend who was going to get her doctorate in math didn't get an invitation, I'm like, there's no way I can reject this opportunity because it wasn't given to everyone. So there had to be a reason why I got picked, and I love my project. I'm super proud of the work that I did. But in the end, what happened was all of the other theses, there were 6 in my year. All 4 of the other ones left their presentations in tears because the questions that they got asked were so complicated. Like I know that they did a bunch of work on their honors thesis, and so I wasn't well versed. But when you do math, you start to pick up on tricks and stuff to understand math quickly. So through their presentation, like, you could try to figure out how to answer the questions just by being a member of the audience without all of the background knowledge that the presenters had. But they still got grilled. I quickly realized I did not get grilled nearly as hard because they couldn't grill the favorite child. Which kind of deflated the experience a little bit. I would have, like, looking back on it, I kind of would have liked to leave crying because then I could have, again, known that, like, I did the best that I could. I defended my thesis as well as I could have. I don't feel like I got challenged. Maybe that's just insanely arrogant. But I definitely got easy questions to answer. So, and who knows? Maybe they just felt like taking it easy on me. So maybe I am being very arrogant. But I know that if you have one finger here and one finger here, put them together. That means you have 2 fingers. You might set bunny ears. You can hop all the way to a kindergarten classroom and explain how 1 is a single thing, 2 is double that because you have 2 things that you are holding. So that's the definition of 2. It's all of math. Other math teachers chime in because I know math teachers are nerds who play Pokemon sometimes. But definitely, it's just like teaching letters. How do you explain to somebody that the letter A is A? Or the age-old example of, this one went around on social media a lot, where what would happen if you had a child. Child doesn't go to school until kindergarten when they turn 5. But for those first 5 years of their life, you as the parent said that the color, what you imagine as blue, was actually called green. Now, that kid goes to kindergarten, takes the crayon out of the box, looks at the word Green. It says blue. How do you unteach that? But again, it comes back to definition. How do you teach definition? You teach it through exposure. So I think 2 is just something you learn through exposure. And you learn that 1 plus 1, if you have an apple on one side of a room and an apple on the other side of the room, there's still 2 apples in the room. It doesn't matter that they're really far apart, but it mattered if you had a picture of 2 apples next to each other and 2 apples really far apart from each other. Then it's still 2 apples in the picture. don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that teaching kindergarten is easy. There's like every single subject and grade level has its own challenges. For sure. I've done so much substituting back in my old school. When I first started teaching, I was actually part-time. And so I would sub to like supplement my income. And I was there at school anyways working, so I would sub the periods that I wasn't working to make some extra money. And I got to be in a lot of different classrooms, and over the years I've learned a lot. English and social studies, you have to write, teach students how to write and read essays all the time. So grading takes forever. And social studies too, both of them. I guess English is a lot of essays. Because you also have book reports, you have all this other stuff that you have to do. That's all written reflections. Social studies has projects and presentations that they usually have a lot more of than math. Math, there's always a test. There's always a test coming up. You're always thinking about when's the next test. And you always feel cramped for days. Like making sure you can teach all of your lessons within a school year. Science, I just figured this one out when I was helping set up one of my friend's classrooms. Is science teachers, there is so much work that goes into setting up a lab that it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You have to get to work so early or stay incredibly late to just set up equipment and organize and clean and store and maintain all of these equipment things. Like, it's crazy. I never would have thought of that. Music teachers. You have to, a music teacher in New York State, at least, you graduate certified to teach K through 12 band, chorus, and orchestra and general music. So that means that you have to be able to play any instrument or learn how to play any instrument on the spot when it's time. And then you have to be able to teach and explain all of those instruments. Absolutely crazy. Then having the span of grade levels too, and this goes for art teachers. Art teachers are also K through 12. There's so many different classroom management styles that change when you go from working with kindergartners to seniors in high school. So you have to have a whole slew of classroom management strategies that span a wide age range. The scariest job that I've ever substituted for, though, is, without a doubt, phys ed. Phys ed teachers, my mother, bless her heart, elementary phys ed for 35 years. So much respect for her after I subbed for a couple phys ed classes. A phys ed teacher is responsible for making sure that students learn, but also don't get hurt or hurt each other while playing sometimes very physical games. Like two-hand touch football or flag football is borderline tackle football if you have some enthusiastic kids. And there's usually enthusiastic kids in a school because kids by nature are enthusiastic. So yeah, that was absolutely terrifying when you realize how much responsibility you have for keeping a child safe as a teacher. Phys ed becomes infinitely scarier. They also are K through 12 certification. So, if you are a teacher, make sure you respect all of your peers, because these are just some of the subject areas. I'm sure that I'm forgetting some, like foreign language. You have to actually know a foreign language, which, as a former Spanish teacher who didn't teach Spanish, or didn't know Spanish all that well, can confirm remembering on an entire language in addition to your own is very challenging. Being able to switch between the two of them on a dime is not easy, because I don't give myself enough. Can speak, and barely enough. Not on the spot. I can, if I have time to, like, a night to plan out what I'm gonna talk about in a foreign language, I can talk in a foreign language pretty well. But on the spot, I can't do it at all, whatsoever. Yeah, I am not fluent. I am proficient, but I'm not fluent. And that brings us back to that standards-based grading. I am absolutely not a fluent. I have not mastered the language of Spanish. So I would be a solid 3 in standards-based grading with my foreign language skills. Lots of onyx right now. Oh, where are we at? We're at an hour 3 minutes, and I am absolutely just rambling. So I think I'm gonna call it here. So sorry that if you are not a teacher and you are not as in tune with this conversation, this dialogue, I will make sure that my title is catchy for this video. Or not catchy, is informing that this is just teacher talk. How many Machokes have I caught? Let's just take a quick look. Take a quick gander. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Only 31. And I started off with 200 Ultra Balls. Yeah. Unfortunately, that makes a lot of sense. I'm really not good at throwing Pokeballs. But hey, Scarlet and Violet DLC, Indigo Disc, released about a month ago at this point that this video gets released. Very excited you can change your Pokeball throwing animation. That's probably the part that I'm most excited for, to be brutally honest. And I'm excited for Smeargle. I never actually played competitive with a moody Smeargle before. So... And Darkrai's in the game. So I'm thinking Wide Lens Dark Void. Smeargle. Choice Scarf. Dark Void. Any of those would be cool. do I call it quits? Just start catching random things. No, I keep going for the Machokes. I want those mighty candies. Because popcorn is already fast enough. Waddle and Elvis can both get the XL candies too. Just gonna try this. Maybe Machoke is a rare Pokemon. No shinies though. The more I think about it, we've just been going on catching streaks, and there hasn't been any shinies popped up. Is that just a myth that a catch combo increases your shiny rate? That has to just be it. What? We got this. We don't got this. We made like 3 excellent throws. Yeah, that did not help at all. Now I don't feel wasteful for not buying those. us. Come on. We're getting into rage mode. The tilt is starting to set in. We've been sitting in a chair throwing Pokemon. That's a lot of candies, though. That is a lot of candies. Always look on the bright side of life. Do-do, 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 do-do. Always look on the bright side of life. That's really all the words to that song that I know. I sang it in a chorus concert once. No idea what the words are now. Meanwhile, there's other chorus songs that I could sing so easily. Carol of the Bells, for example. Sing it every single year. Here's a good story. So I do teach at the school that I attended growing up, and Carol of the Bells is a song that the select choir sings for the whole school. Like, goes up and down the hallway, sing it all over the district the day before winter break. Because I'm from a very rural, predominantly Christian region, and so we have some Christmas traditions that have stuck, and they don't just sing Christmas music anymore, and we didn't do it even when I was in high school, but Carol of the Bells doesn't really, yes, it is a Christmas carol, but it's not necessarily Christmas, so it keeps coming back year after year after year after year, for like decades at this point. Last year, I had a new student that literally joined my room 2 days before winter break, and me and the high school chorus teacher are very good friends, because she was actually my babysitter growing up, because small town. So she always comes into my classroom, and her choir performs in my room because it's cool. So last year they walk into my room and they're singing, and then it's like, all right, Mr. Carroll, it's time to go sing Carol of the Bells. You know this one. So I run up to the front of the room and I just start singing with the choir. This new student, also from a different country, was like, you sing? And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess you wouldn't have known that about me. Yeah, I sing. I actually went to college for that first, before I became a math teacher. I was in school to be a music teacher first. So the reaction, priceless. I mean, everyone in the room just flabbergasted that I could just get up in front of a room and just start randomly singing. But that song is something I know and will know till I'm no longer around. So I have to keep the singing muscles in shape after the junior high musical long enough to be able to sing that come December. What other good high school memories are there? I'm sure I'll have more as this series goes on, because hopefully Generation 1 is coming to a close by like episode 40, potentially, ish. I haven't counted. I have the pacing guide figured out in my head. This episode is way longer than I thought it was going to be. When I was making a plan for the evening, 4 hours of recording was not on the docket. But again, I'm loving getting back into this. This is going to be a lot of experience. Excellent first throw, catch combo, size, technique. That's awesome. And 11 mighty candies. That's a lot. Let's just, out of curiosity, 29 XL mighty candies. $108 mighty candies. 45. Oof. That's a lot of candies. Excuse me. This Machoke looked angry. I'm going back to Pokemon League night for the first time in like almost 2 months. Tomorrow night. Very excited about that. Tomorrow's actually this weekend, so it's actually Veterans Day weekend while I'm recording this. And can I just tell you, I am so excited for this weekend. I mean, granted, I have a lot of grad school to catch up on, but it ended up not being as much as I thought I was going to have to, because my professor is a little bit behind on giving revisions for projects, because I have 3 essays all working towards my master's thesis. I've submitted rough drafts of all 3 about a month ago. I just got revisions back on one of the 3 pieces, but I have my next step due next Thursday. So I have to do a lot of the revising on my own, which is what it is. I'll figure it out. So I'll get a lot of that done going into next week. I'll probably try to do it this weekend, hopefully on Friday, since I'll have the day off from work due to Veterans Day. But other than that, if I can get all that done, I'm planning on just being home. And maybe I'll go in and play at League. Sometimes there's a League Cup for TCG on Saturdays. Yeah. I'm planning on just being home. Spending time with Ashley. You know what? That's gonna be really nice. Really nice. So these levels are happening real fast now. I can keep landing the excellent throws. Come on, stay in the ball. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. That worked. That worked. Okay. Do I do the candies before I take on the coaches? That might not be a bad idea. The more I think about it. So that way I can hopefully just one-shot everybody with all these mighty candies that I have acquired. I should also probably figure out what the best Pokemon for special attack candies are. For Diamond. Or I just hope I don't need to rely on them. I mean, Diamond I know is only going to be used for super effective damage. So and it's either going to be 4 times against a rock ground type, or it's going to be 2 times with the psychic type move. So obviously Waddle comes first because Waddle's a mixed attacker, special and physical, with the Mega Drain. That's a lot of candies. I didn't realize that catching combos also gave you this many candies. This is nuts. This really could have changed the entire game. First throw, excellent. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Let's see it. First throw, excellent. Catch combo is through the roof. Let's... Nice. are starting to run low on Ultra Balls, though. I really don't think Pokeballs or Great Balls are going to cut it in this place. Tomorrow for lunch, I'm all packed. I got chicken Caesar tacos. You know what? That's definitely time. But yeah, I got chicken Caesar tacos for lunch tomorrow. And I also have some barbecue chicken that I am planning on having as a little bit of a side. Oh, and tomorrow I also am getting, I think I'm getting a bite to eat with the team after work tomorrow. That is a lot of mighty candies. $47 Machoke. That's a lot. Alright. Bag. Yeah, we'll do the candy jar stuff right now. It was only my bedtime a little while ago. Oops. We're boosting Waddle up as much as possible. YEXL Candies on Waddle right now. I think, mathematically speaking, it's better to do this. Oh, okay. Start on the low and work the way up. Beast. I wonder if, like, is power whip stupid to have on Waddle? Because it's just so inaccurate, and it's not like I can use an accuracy boosting move or item. Just using all of these on Waddle. And put the rest of them on Elvis. Worst case scenario. I think I have a plan for taking on the Elite Four if I get really stuck, but I feel like it's cheating. We'll find out what you guys think when it gets to that point, if it gets to that point. How did I get all these quick candies? These must be from Diglets. Should I be switching the quick candies at this point? Because, like, 213 is kind of nuts.
put Candies on Shelby. So we're combining two very, very, very slow episodes together. We will run out of space to give Elvis, and we'll start giving Mighty Candies to probably Shelby, and we'll just have those three be the staples of the team. They're the highest level already. Shelby caught up fast. And having a really fast rock slide could be really good. And we already have two pretty fast rock slides. Go. Let's just take a look. What are the combat powers of all of these Pokemon? 35, 77, 29, 27, 31, 10, 23, 62, 46, 71. Waddle's a beast. Way to go, Waddle. The 19. Are they even in the same league? That's oh. Waddle. Starting to get there with Elvis, but Waddle is gnarly.
Alright, that's gonna be it. That was a lot longer than I planned on. Sorry if it was slower. Again, this is gonna be a great background. Find something to do in the background, I hope. Or I hope you found something to do in the background of this video. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the whole thing if you made it this far. I really appreciate the support. I hope the teachers find something worthwhile to talk about. Comment down below if you want to talk more teachery stuff, more Pokemon stuff, more life stuff. I'm game for whatever. Just comment down below. Thank you again. So much. We're going. We got things to do, places to be. Thank you for your support.